in the dressing room. Again, I want to caution you. Any punch below this point, going to be called low. Any punch below this point, going to be called low. With that said, obey my commands, protect yourselves at all times, touch them up, good luck to both of you.
Rapturous reception again for De La Hoya tonight. 5 world titles over the last 10 years since his win over Jimmy Breedle gave him the WBO super featherweight title at 9 stone 4 10 years ago. This is his 26th world title fight. 25 of the last 28 have been for world championships. It's an incredible run. He's the biggest ticket seller around. They still call him the Golden Boy, even though he's 31 and a promoter himself these days. White trunks of De La Hoya, who's been looking in blistering form, I'm told, in the gym, throwing ferocious combinations. And he started fast here. I think he wants to make a statement in this new division.
Yeah, well, looks as though he wants to make an early impression. So Sturm wants to keep his defences nice and tight. Use his footwork, get him out of there. Doesn't want to be trading. I know he has the natural weight advantage. You don't want to be trading. That's better. Good solid jab from Sturm.
Sturm's got a good fast jab, and he's got an excellent left uppercut as well. Watch for that if he gets into the contest, and he lands with the left hand there. They seem to have a bit of an effect on De La Hoya, who will, obviously, as he moves up the weights, he'll feel the power a little bit more of the bigger men. He's coped all the way through so far.
I tell you, Ian, De La Hoya was not putting enough thought into what he was doing for the first half minute or so here. He's just standing his ground, no defence. Look, he's not thinking about what's coming his way. He's been caught with solid jabs and a couple of left hooks, so a bit more thought. Oscar De La Hoya can't take this for granted.
I think one thing the De La Hoya camp noticed watching videos of Sturm is that when you're throwing punches, he doesn't throw back.
Well, he's throwing them now, Ian. He's doing the right thing, actually. He's standing his ground with a tight defence, moving forward every chance he gets.
A lot of us wondered whether Sturm would freeze when he got to Las Vegas fighting against his idol on a big promotion. None of it. He seemed totally unfazed all week, enjoyed himself.
He's catching a lot of these body shots. He's catching De La Hoya again with jabs. De La Hoya far too careless. Here goes a left hook. He is not thinking what he's doing. He's trying to be fancy, he's trying to be flash. Must tighten up.
Good jabbing too from Sturm. Lots of work from De La Hoya, but Sturm has looked totally nerveless, really.
What a tremendous start for Sturm. If he lacked confidence, he'll be finding it here.
Little left hook on the inside from De La Hoya. Has to start moving his head a bit more. Gets in with the right as well. Will he have punch power as a middleweight? And watching this nervously somewhere backstage will be Bernard Hopkins, who's kept his side of the bargain by winning tonight. Now he needs De La Hoya to do the same to set up that showdown on September the 18th.
Well, De La Hoya's thrown a lot of punches, but a lot have been caught, especially the body shots. He's been taking so many jabs. Cannot believe the carelessness he's showing here. There it goes again.
Sloppy defence from De La Hoya, but he's doing a fair bit of work himself here. Good first round, and Sturm has done excellently. Left hook from De La Hoya. Sturm won't give ground, body shots as well. No sign of the German wilting. That was a pretty good start, particularly from Sturm, who made a real statement that he might make the fight out of this.
I tell you, De La Hoya is not at the stage in his career where he wants to take needless punches, and he took far too many needless punches in that first round.
Some people have questioned the wisdom of De La Hoya making this move towards a big middleweight like Hopkins and wondering if it's a bridge too far. But he's got to get this fellow out the way first. Here's round 2. It's for the WBO middleweight championship. It would be history for De La Hoya if he wins. No one has ever won world titles in 6 weight divisions. Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas the Hitman Hearns did it in 5. Sturm now is coming forward.
Well, I tell you, what he does is so simple and straightforward, Sturm. I don't see the wheels falling off. He seems to have himself under control, nothing fancy, nothing silly, just good solid boxing, and he started well in the second round here. Look how compact he is and how open Oscar De La Hoya is.
Yeah, high held guard, Felix Sturm, so a lot of the punches of De La Hoya hitting the gloves, but I think he'll go to the body to try and bring down those gloves. Like this. That's what he's doing. He's a great thinking fighter, De La Hoya. There have been late round fade-outs in some of his recent fights, which have been a worry, which is why they've changed the training regime a bit for this one. Different locale in Florida. And also he hasn't worked so hard right up against the fight, which was something they were worrying about. But his defence is bad, isn't it?
It's non-existent. It's non-existent. And look how tight and controlled Sturm is. De La Hoya has serious problems here already. Taken far too many, and he's not a fighter who's used to taking punches. There goes another jab. He's poking and popping with his own jab. The solid stuff coming from Sturm. There it is again.
I think he wondered if he might just be able to come out and really impose himself on this guy and blow him away, but nothing of the sort has happened, and I think now De La Hoya is having to rethink.
If the attitude he's taken into the fight is the same attitude he's been taking into the gymnasium for the last couple of months, he's in serious trouble. The reflexes that are letting him down, his technique's letting him down, his defence is non-existent there, he's just eating another jab, popping with his own jab, not doing anything.
Body
Sturm
shots is
so
what De La Hoya is
yep.
going for.
Sturm is so controlled.
Looks composure itself. The Germany was happy to take this for about $750,000. That's 3 times more than he normally gets paid. But I think his bigger agenda was to find himself and announce himself as a top-level fighter beyond the confines of Germany. And he might just do that.
Notice on the scales, De La Hoya kept his top on when he weighed in. This is the first time we've seen him at middleweight. How much he's carrying.
Because it may not be comfortable for him. It might slow him down. It might mean he's less effective. All fascinating questions. There's Hopkins watching the action backstage. I wonder what he's thinking. Don't blow it, Oscar. He's a confident young man. He comes from Leverkusen. You'll know that place from the football team Bayer Leverkusen, but trains in Hamburg with the rest of the Universum fighters. De La Hoya has to do more. He won't have known too much about this guy other than what he's seen on video. The reality of the ring, I think, has come as a bit of an awakening for him. Now, how does he adapt?
Well, I tell you, I'm surprised at Sturm. I did not expect the confidence, the snap in his punches, and just the way he actually fancies the job.
Well, I thought he might fancy the job, judging by everything we've seen and heard this week from him. And I know, talking to the German television people who've been around him, they said he's absolutely right for this. And he's been in Las Vegas for 5 weeks preparing. This is better from De La Hoya, more accurate and a bit more head movement from him now.
Yeah, this is far better. He's leading off, he's initiating the attacks. He's not trying to counter. This is far better. But still total control. Still nothing fancy from Sturm. Still getting home with the punches.
And Sturm, not really known as a puncher in the middleweight division. Only 9 of his 20 wins have come inside schedule. So it would be a worry if De La Hoya started looking as if he was getting rocked by these punches, even if he is moving up and making his middleweight debut tonight.
De La Hoya still, his defences are atrocious. I've never seen him taking so many shots. There he goes again. No defence whatsoever.
Which raises the question, are his reflexes just slowing a bit after all the hard fights in his career? Are those fights catching up with him a bit? There's another good right hand from Sturm. It's not great, this, from De La Hoya so far. And again, the jab rocks back his head.
See, people have been talking about Bernard Hopkins being a little bit past his best. I honestly feel Oscar De La Hoya is the same. I don't think he's the same fire he had earlier in his career. It's tough, I mean, so much success in his career. But I tell you, he's going to have to find it tonight.
Well, he's got all these business ventures on the go now, hasn't he? And he wants to be the new Bob Arum as a promoter. It's hard to mix it up, really, and have these different goals. It's another good jab from Sturm. De La Hoya's doing a fair bit himself, mind.
But look at the difference in defences. Sturm has a fight plan. De La Hoya